Hello students, today we are covering advantages of OOPS. So dear students, the first advantage of OOPS is reusability. So dear students, basically the concept of reusability is used with the help of inheritance. Now what is reusability? It means that reusing some facilities rather than building it again and again. So dear students, reusability means suppose we are writing a code and it is required multiple times, so rather than typing this code again and again, we can reuse our previous code, and this is possible with the help of reusability. Then our next advantage is data redundancy. So dear students, you can see sometime in case of database, we need to place some piece of data in two separate places. Okay, so such data redundancy is the advantage of OOPS, which can allow us to place our data into separate places. Then the OOPS can provide us code maintenance advantage. Okay, so basically dear students, whenever we are writing few code with the help of programming language, okay, it is required to do rework in multiple times, okay, and also in multiple way. So with the help of OOPS language, we can easily perform code maintenance, and which is also a time saving effort. Then another advantage of OOPS is security. Dear students, you can learn the OOPS can provide us data hiding and abstraction mechanism where only the required information is provided. Okay, the background detail is hidden. So with the concept of data hiding and abstraction, the OOPS can provide us security. Then we have another advantage, that is problem solving. So dear students, with the help of OOPS, you can decompose a complex problem into smaller chunks. Okay, so with the help of these smaller chunks, it become easy for the programmer to solve the problem. Now we are covering our another topic, that is what is the relationship between C and C++. So to explain this concept, first of all we have an idea of difference between C and C++, which can identify their relationship. So dear students, C was developed by Dennis Ritchie in 1969, okay, and 1973 at AT and T-Well laboratories. But the C++ is developed by Wazarnes Trustov in 1979. Okay, so dear students, C++ is the predecessor of C language. Okay, whenever C language is modified with classes, okay, so it will transform to C++. So we can say that C is the subset of C++ and C++ the superset of C. So dear students, basically the C support procedural programming and the C++ support procedural and object oriented programming. Okay, that's why it is called hybrid language. Why? Because it is the mixture of procedural and object oriented programming. So dear students, there is no concept of polymorphism, encapsulation and inheritance in C. What in C++ there is concept of polymorphism, encapsulation and inheritance. Okay, so dear students, in C the data and functions are separated. Okay, these are free entity, but in C++ the data and functions are encapsulated to make an object. Dear students, in case of C there is no information hiding facility, but in case of C++ there is encapsulation, okay, which hide our data. Okay, in case of C it is a function driven language, but the C++ is object driven language. There is no function and operator overloading in C language, but there is function and operator overloading in C++. Okay, and there is no namespace feature in C, but there is namespace feature in C++. So dear students, in case of C, there is no virtual and friend function, but in case of C++, there is virtual and friend function. There is no reference variable in C language, but in C++ there is a reference variable. Another difference between C and C++ is that in C language for inputting we are using scanf and for outputting we are using printf, but in C++ for inputting we are using cin and for outputting we are using cout. And dear students, in C language we are using malloc and calloc function for dynamic memory allocation and free function for memory deallocation, but in C++ we are using new operator for memory allocation and delete operation for memory deallocation. So these are our basic differences between C and C++. So thank you for joining our today lecture.